Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So today is going to be kind of like a vlog for Runescape, and basically you can tell by the title, it's how I profited 60 mil in just a few hours. It did take a lot of preparation and a lot of work beforehand, but the actual work of doing it was only like 3 hours, I'd say, maybe 2.5, 3 hours. And I ended up with really good profit. So let's get into what I did. As you can see on screen, I'm like making wines. And if you don't know what these are the God wines, the wine of Zamorak, the wine of Saradomin, and the wine of Guthix. I didn't make the Guthix ones because you don't profit at all. They do not sell, and they're just not useful. What I did was I farmed all these grapes from grapevines, and they require 95 farming. And if you've seen my farm runs, you guys know that I do farm that every run, basically. I did take like a month-and-a-half break for some reason. I just didn't grow them. So I might have had more. I just didn't farm as much as I thought I would. But yeah, you grow them in the hops patch. And if you don't know anything about them, the seed, like when I bought them, were like about 3K each, and you use 4 seeds per patch, and you get around 10 grapes. What you usually get is you get 4 Zamorak and 3 Saradomin and 3 Guthix, and that is what I usually get for the grapes. But if you use the Green Fingers Aura, you do get like multiple grape drops, and it's really cool. And it does make you more money because you want the Saradomin grapes, because those are 22K each basically, while the Zamorak ones are 4K, but they still add up, and you do get more Zamorak, so it does add up a lot. So in preparation for this, I grew these things for a few months. This is the second time I'm actually using them, and the first time it was about half as much. So I mean, I do have a lot more grapes this time, and basically it isn't that AFK, but I did AFK it while watching a show. So it was pretty relaxing, and each inventory is around 20-30 seconds, so I had to split screens and stuff, so it would be easier. But I did do it. For how much money I made, it really is worth it. So yeah, you just use the grapes on the jugs of water, and then you bank them, and then when you're out of the bank for the next inventory, usually they're done by then and they fermented, and you get the experience in just one chunk. What I did was I used Enlightenment on like the first 4,300 grapes, and those were my Zamorak ones. So I did get double experience there, and the reason I did that is because I don't use my Enlightenment anywhere. I really don't. I should use it on my farm runs because that's where I would probably use it, but you know, everyone does it on like Herb, Prayer, all the Bibles, but I have them done and I don't really want to go spend my money, so I don't really know where I use Enlightenment. For like the past 2 months I didn't even use Enlightenment, to be honest, except for that one time I did my overloads, but honestly I don't have anywhere to use it, so I think I'm going to start using them on my farm runs, and possibly more on these grapevines. But I already did the grapevines, and probably Enlightenment won't be able to be used once I get to that point. But grapevines and whatnot isn't just really good money, because as you can see, like, this is just an extension to my farm run, so it feels like I'm not even doing it, but I've made like 100 mil so far since I want to say January of this year from just grapevines. So it is good money. I'd say it's probably 150, 200 mil a year of farming for me. You know, I farm a lot more than most people, but I don't farm like all day either. I say that I do just as like a joke, but I really don't farm all the time. Like some days I only do like 1 or 2 farm runs, and that's all I do. But some days I also do like 6, so I mean, it really depends. But getting to my point, this method isn't just for really good money. You also get really good farming experience as well, because each grape that you pick is like 330 farming experience. So basically each patch is around 3,600. So if you do all 4 patches per run, that is roughly 14K experience added onto your run. Plus you have to make those grapes into the wines to even sell them, and those are 200 experience each. So each patch is around, let's say you get 10, that is around 2K cooking experience per patch. So I mean, just from this method right here, I got like a little bit more than like 2-point-something million cooking. I don't really know exactly. Just look at my XP counter at the end when I sell my loot, and you'll know how much I got. I don't really know, but it is a lot of experience, and I passed 20 million cooking, so that is also another cool thing I passed. So those were grapevines, and I know most people don't have 95 farming, but hopefully this like makes you want to get 95 farming, because it really is good money if you combine it with herbs and coconuts and everything else. And that's why I farm. That's why I have 55 million farming. It's because it makes so much money, and I really only do profit methods other than warbands and yew trees. So I do make a lot of money from just farming, and combo that with PVM, and that's why I have a roughly like 1.5 bill bank. Hopefully by the time I get to my next batch that I make of these, I'll probably have like 10,000 Zamorak grapes, and then that would be around, I'd say, 6 or 7K Saradomin grapes, and that would be If the prices stay the same, they won't, but let's say they do. That is roughly 160 mil. Wait, no, that's actually closer to 200 mil just from that. And I would have tons of Gothic scrapes that I'd probably just make for a cooking experience. But other than that, you don't really make that much money from the Gothic scrapes. I just want to make this video a quick one, so it might have been a little longer than I expected. So I think we go and sell the grapevines and see how much I actually profited. So here I am with the wines that I made. So as you can see, I had 2,500 roughly of the Ceradomans and then 4,300 of the Zamorak. So also I do have 2.4 million cooking that I got from this, and you also have to take into consideration that I did use enlightenment, so it's not as much. Just take this number, times it by 200, and that's how much experience you'd get. So I mean, it is good cooking experience, and it's not the most AFK thing in the world, but it is still AFK. It's not like a grind. But I'm gonna keep this talk short. I just want to tell you guys that I do have a ton of Gothic scrapes still in the bank. If you guys are ever interested in like cooking those still for experience, I don't, because I don't really need to do that. I don't really need the cooking experience, so I don't want to do it, and it's kind of a waste of time for me. But if you do want, like, it would be just added cooking experience to this method of for this. So I mean, you could definitely do those. I don't think they sell at all. I mean, you might break even, you might profit a little bit, but it's not that much profit. It's maybe like 100K like an hour. Maybe that's an exaggeration for how low it is, but you never know. I mean, they never really sell. I've tried so many times for them to sell, but they just don't. So I'm not going to bore you guys. I'm just going to go sell them and show you how much money you can make just from doing this. So as you can see, the Ceradoman wines are 22K roughly. Last time they did sell for med, so I'm going to see if they do. And they sold for med, so I don't really know how much they are. And it looks like they sold well above med, and I'm really happy about that. 57.6 mil. That is awesome. And let's try the Zamorak. It's 4.1, and they sell for med as well. So how much is that? They sold for basically med, so that's not too bad. Let's add that to the final. Okay, so as you can see, in a few months, I don't remember when I started this batch, but it wasn't that long ago. It was maybe a little bit before summer. Since then, I have been growing these grapes, and I finally decided to make them. And I remember I did make like I did take like a 1 month break or something from growing these, and now I'm back in the swing of doing them because they're such good experience and really good money, as you can see. So 75.3 mil minus let's say 5 mil for the jugs of water, and minus like another 10 mil, I'd say. It's probably less than that, but minus that amount for the seeds, and that makes it 60 mil profit. I don't really know exactly how much I paid for the seeds, and I don't know how many exactly I used. I could probably calculate it. It's just not worth it for me. So let's just say this was a clean 60 mil profit in a few months. So that shows how much you can make from just farming. And you might be thinking, oh, 60 mil, oh, just go to Virago or whatever, you know, those kind of stuff, and you can probably make more. But honestly, this gave me so much farming experience, and I'd rather farm than do, like, you know, high level PVM, because that usually isn't as fun for me. I like just chilling and doing farm runs, and honestly, you can still do Virago and all those high level bosses during this, and then you'd make this on top of it. So that's just my viewpoint. But either way, hope this shows you that farming and cooking can be combined and make tons of money and tons of experience for you. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go back to growing these things. I got another farm run to do after this video. So hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day.